Hey everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Leah. Hello, Leah.
Hello.
And I dragged our very good friend, author Lainey Davis, back on with us because I needed someone to talk about train daddies with.
Hello.
So, welcome to the
I'm just
podcast,
literally
Lainey.
along for the ride.
Well, you have big feels
I do have big feels.
about
I
Bridgerton,
just have enthusiasm.
which I love your enthusiasm. I'm here for it. Um, I mean, I don't know. I'm not live yet on the YouTube. I don't know what's going on with me. Hi everyone. Welcome. Um, okay.
Wait, do we have to redo the opening or is
No,
it?
we're live now. It just
Oh,
my
okay.
my YouTube was delayed.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm
I
not.
was real confused for a second. I was like, because we have had to do that before.
Yeah, we have where
I
we.
could just show off my collection of things while we wait
Okay,
for the
have you
technology.
tried? Okay, so you have all the Dove candles for Bridgerton.
This isn't a candle. This is a body scrub.
Oh,
I
Why do you
smell
have it on your
terrific right now
desk?
she went
because
and
I brought
gathered
them
them.
out for this.
Oh,
I made
okay.
I have a whole like heap of items here.
Okay, did you try the Bridgerton creamers that came out at
No,
with
I don't like adding sweet things to my coffee.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
They were terrible flavors. Like, I mean, the English
Okay.
toffee one was okay, but they had, I'm sorry, strawberry and cream does not
Oh no,
belong in
strawberry
coffee.
should not go in coffee.
Matcha, yes.
Strawberry matcha is delightful, but strawberry coffee, ew.
I don't, yeah, I'm not a fruit in
I
my
like strawberries
coffee.
with my grass.
I like strawberries with grass. Do you know what's really good? And I don't even need to put milk in it, is matcha and pineapple juice.
Ooh,
Oh,
I haven't had
I
that
would
one.
like to try that.
I like
It's
a
Mhm.
very
lavender
good.
matcha, but Becky doesn't like
No,
lavender, so.
it tastes soapy, phosphate-y.
Okay.
Mm.
I do like a lavender coffee.
I've never had a lavender coffee.
Okay, maybe I'm
It's
not a
okay.
botanicals person in my coffee
Right.
either.
Because
Yeah.
you don't like gin though either, and that's a very
I also do not like
botanically.
gin.
I do not like
Oh,
Yeah.
gin.
I love
It
gin. I
ta-
could drink it by the
to
gallon.
me, do you know what gin
Ooh.
tastes like? You know the pine tree air fresheners in your
Yes.
car?
Yes, exactly that.
That is
It
what
does
gin
not taste
tastes
like a
like.
pine tree air freshener. It's delicious.
Okay.
Disagree. Um okay. So, um we are back and we're so glad you guys are here with us. This is our first Wednesday of 2026. We are doing things a little differently on Wednesdays. We will still be reading books 1 to
Yeah.
2 a month. And then the others we will have live author interviews or we'll be talking about pop culture, romance related things or trendy TV shows. Um so
Basically, whatever we want.
whatever we want that
Hmm.
we can somehow make some kind of connection back to Romancelandia.
Yeah.
So that's the new Wednesdays. Today we're stepping out of the pages onto the screen to talk about historical romance TV and not the dusty kind. From Bridgerton to Outlander, Downton Abbey, and the Gilded Age, we're digging into what actually works for romance readers and what makes us stare at the screen whispering, "Why would you do that?" Bridgerton.
Are we whispering at it though?
No, we although now Michael bought that giant ass TV in our living room, I can't throw things anymore because I likely would hit it.
Oh my.
We bought a big TV for the living room and I don't understand it because I'm not a
They had
huge
to
TV
rearrange their
person.
living room for the TV.
Oh gosh. Oh.
It's gigantic. Anyway, grab your tea, your wine, or your corset, and you'll dramatically loosen later. Um,
I don't know
because
who's wearing corsets, but it's none of us.
No.
okay, so we all know I saw someone on Threads today. Um, they said they finally experienced the moment of the bra off after work.
Oh,
And
I saw that. A trans person. Yes.
yes,
She,
I was so excited for her. But
yeah.
can you imagine the relief when you got to take the corset off?
Oh my
Ooh.
God, that would be amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Like
And
all
it,
the boning in those, like they probably
the,
like are
just like
poking you. And the fact
under,
that like you're so sucked in you can't breathe. Like how my question is, how do those idiots breathe? Like how is
shall-
breathing
Listen,
possible?
though, they had a shelf
shallow.
for their tea. I mean, we could just
They
get the
did,
tea.
but that's kind of hot. So it's not
It
really
is hot.
a shelf that I would utilize.
It's hot.
I think it
But
depends on the
seriously,
time of year.
how did they? I mean, it's true because you might need warmed up because the fire is not enough.
Yeah. Jenny says coffee is botanical, question mark. Jenny, it's the only botanical I want in my coffee is coffee.
Mhm.
How
But it
about we
doesn't
say it like that?
taste like earthy unless you're like doing mushroom coffee. But
Oh, have you tried that? I tried one of those mushroom drinks.
uh-huh.
Not
Michael
for me. Not for me, friend.
Michael drinks it.
The mushroom drinks or the mushroom coffee?
The mushroom coffee. He has mushroom coffee. He
Listen,
made my
Mhm.
brother try it.
If we can bring it back around, this Bridgerton body scrub tastes like or smells like bergamot.
Tastes
bergamot.
It's like Earl Grey tea, but in a body scrub. So
that would be good.
I'm gonna
I
have
like
to find that because I don't know what bergamot actually smells like.
It's
it's like the thing in Earl Grey tea that gives it that
Okay.
just
it's a
special something.
it's hard to describe, but it's a very specific scent.
Mhm.
Like you know it if you smell it.
Yeah. Patreon shout out real quick. Quick love note to our Patreon community. You're the reason this podcast keeps buzzing. Bonus content, reading guides, Discord chaos. All of it happens because of you. If you're not hanging out with us, we have a $5 tier that is basically a no-brainer. Come join the Bookish Hive. We have book club this coming weekend with author Juliana Stone. And then, Galentine's Day is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the vote, the survey I did. Everybody wants to paint a tote.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So we're going to paint totes.
Okay, so bergamot, I Googled it
Did you
because
Google
why
it?
not? A complex aromatic citrus with bright tart notes, but with floral, almost rose-like undertones and a unique bitter edge.
I have a bitter edge.
I mean,
We
you
call
do
it my
have a bitter-
personality.
So then you're into Love and Meadows.
I am into Love and Meadows. Okay, what else did you have there? You had a magazine. What was your magazine that you had, Lainey?
It was
Oh,
Outlander.
This is my 2019 complete guide to Outlander, which I believe this is the one that came out before season 4, which covered my favorite of the Outlander books, Drums of Autumn.
Okay. So let's talk about, we're going to talk about all these different shows, and I'm sure we will skip around, come back, go there, come back. So let's start
Just
with Outlander.
hang on for the ride, friends.
It's going to be wild. So let's talk about Outlander first. Did you read the books before they ever announced the TV show?
Yes, Outlander is such a special place in my heart because it was the first book I was able to read again after my mother died. I was like unable to read,
Mhm.
and someone recommended Outlander, and I was able to just like reconnect with that part of my identity. So I love Outlander, but I was actually surprised to see it on the list because I don't know if I think of it as a romance. Because I don't know if those characters are happily ever after, and I just feel like I have to think about it.
Well, there's
I
so
mean-
much up and down and time travel and in and out, and she's with him and then she's with him, and
It has
just-
a lot
it's
of
all over the
romantic
place.
elements, though. And I
Yes.
don't, if we pulled the books and we're like shelving the books, I wouldn't categorize the books as romance either. But I think with the romantic elements in it, it feeds into the idea of historical romance TV.
Mhm.
Because even if we look at something like, if we look at the Gilded Age, a lot of those are not ending in HEAs.
Well, fair. Yeah, especially this most recent season.
So many thoughts. And also like Queen Charlotte. I mean, if we look at did either of you watch Queen Charlotte?
Yes,
I
of
watched
course.
part of it. I didn't end up finishing it.
I
'cause
mean,
The real love story there is Bromley.
yeah,
yes,
it's
I
not
love his character so much.
it's not the queen and the king, because I mean, he goes mad. He's the Mad King.
But
But
I
he
do
does,
appreciate their relationship and the way it like transpires, like even in the later, I mean, in the series, but we'll talk about that later. But like, I love the fact that like she has such care and love for him and like how
yes,
devastating it is anytime he shows up.
Yeah.
yes. And
Um,
he is still, even through his madness, in love with her. Like you
Hmm.
can see that that's his point of clarity is
Yeah.
their
yeah.
love as a beacon.
Jen Ellen asks, the author doesn't consider it genre romance, does she? For Outlander,
No.
no,
Oh no, she
no,
gets upset about that connotation.
she does. Well, so I had read the books of Outlander, when they were coming out because they came out in the '90s.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're fairly
They're
old.
older, so I had read them, because Jude Devereaux had done a time travel. And Joanna Lindsay had a time travel historical
Yeah.
romance. So then I picked up Outlander because, that's just what you did.
1991, the
Yeah.
first book was
Hmm.
published.
So I had read those then. I will be honest, I've only watched half of the first season of Outlander.
I watched
Oh,
the first season and part of the second.
the first season is the closest adaptation to the text,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is what I think makes it just so magnificent and bingeable as the because it has all the magic that's in the text.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and I think that so because one of the things that has brought us back to TV in general is if we are looking at what is being picked up and what is being produced in television right now,
Mhm.
so much TV is coming out of IP, book IP.
Yeah,
It's
Mhm.
yeah,
not new IP to television like that they've written and created from a blank slate. They're buying novels of all variances and then turning them into
Mhm.
streaming shows or shows for television. And Outlander, I think, in my opinion, is the one that kind of set this precedent
Yeah.
because
mm,
that season one was so strong and
yeah,
so well done. And if we look at that and then you start looking at all the IPs that got picked up from there, because you had that Ransom Canyon, you had the Magnolia one that's
Yeah, but Steel Magnolias
not
was
Steel Magnolias, the one that's on Netflix, the one that she owns the bed and breakfast,
Virgin River.
Virgin River.
oh, okay. I was
But
gonna
isn't there
say
another one that's Magnolias that's
it's Magnolias, it's Joanna Swisher.
yeah.
It's three friends.
Yeah, but I think
I
that's based off of IP. I think that's book
don't
IP.
think it is.
No?
I'm not sure though.
Okay, well you can Google
Sweet
that.
Magnolia.
Sweet Magnolia.
Mm.
But that is when those all started getting picked up and Lainey's current obsession and so many in our community. Heated Rivalry got picked up at that same time. Like Outlander performed
Yeah.
and the star had his whiskey coming out. Like Outlander and being Scottish became his whole like persona.
Oh yeah. I have all of his like side books about Clanlands, and I watched his show about New Zealand, and I had a bottle of Sassenach, and it was great.
There you go. But I think because of how well that first season did, that
Yes.
to me is what kicked off this trend of producers, production companies picking up the, IPs to and film and TV rights.
Sweet Magnolias was a book. It's by an author named Cheryl Woods.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I do research.
I was actually saying that my current obsession, Heated Rivalry, feels similar to Outlander in the yearning that
Yeah.
they capture on, and that is due to the author's magnificent work in just having yearning on the page.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Well, and it's very like Rachel Reed and Jacob, whatever his last name is, I can't think of it.
Tierney.
Tierney.
Yes. Like they had conversation after conversation after conversation. Like, and she had so much input into the screenwrite and all of that stuff, which I
Mhm.
think was very, very smart on his part.
Okay, but we can give the same argument to Bridgerton, but it fails.
Yes, but also
Julia
though,
Quinn
like
was very but she's been a part of
But I
that
think
adaptation
but I
process.
think part of the problem is like it's Shonda Rhimes and you're not getting the same feel from a Shonda Rhimes than you are from other
I think
people.
Shonda enhanced the text in adapting it the way she did.
You think
I'm
so?
fine if that's controversial.
No, so I like. Here's my deal with it. I love the show. I wish I had never read the books.
Yep.
If
1000%.
Because here's my problem. So my majority of my background, like the first 15 years of reading romance from 1991 to 2005 is all 99% historical. Like I would read some category here and there that I could steal from my mother, but the majority of what I read was historical romances. And so I feel like the disservice we got with Bridgerton is it should have been sold to us as not an
Based
adaptation,
on,
but based on the world of
yeah.
Bridgerton.
And
Because
that's the problem with that is like it's so different, which if you go into it knowing this is nothing like the books, you're fine. But if you go into it thinking, I read this book, I love this book, I love their story, you're not getting that at all.
like
Yeah.
Hence the reason I rage watch it.
well, I watched season 1 and I was kind of like, huh. And then, they unmask Penelope at the end of season 1, spoiler alert, sorry friends.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, well, okay, I
Yeah.
don't love that. And
Well, because
then
you don't find out until her book.
right, book
like
4.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
And it was shocking. It was
Well, but even the fact
shocking
that they put like book 3 or book 4 where book 3 is supposed to be and like it's out of order.
And Benedict and Sophie's story, the book
I love
that's
that
coming,
so much.
they have such a wonderful love story, and it takes place outside of the London realm, and it's the house party. And I mean, I love a house party romance. Some shenanigans happen, and I love that. And I think what happened with me in season 2 was, and this is when I fell off, is that Penelope and Eloise had always been such strong friends. And I feel like their friendship, the girl gang of Bridgerton, is what carries that series in text. And then when we got the season 2, they're fighting and turning against each other, and they don't.
Show Eloise is so different than book Eloise as well.
Yeah.
I love show Eloise, but she's not book Eloise.
She is not. And so, Stacy says it still bothers me that Simon and Daphne never say I love you in season 1.
Oh. They burn for
Lots of
each
things
other,
about that.
but they, yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of things about season 1 that bug me.
So, Bridgerton was a big letdown for me, but it was, I think I had high expectations. You know what I mean? Because like Outlander was so phenomenal. Like, here we go.
But I think part of it is the way they marketed it too. There was no like, it's
in the world
like,
of Bridgerton.
Like you went into it like thinking this is going to be very close or somewhat close to the book. And while season 1 it wasn't at the same time, but season 2 was not. And it made me very angry.
But yet season 2 as a show had
was fantastic.
So much
if you
spark
look at
for
it
me
from an
because of
outside, yeah.
Again, I wish I hadn't read those books to see that show. And also, and I'll be curious as your author point of view for this, Lainey, that show got picked up. It's being made into this series. It seems successful because they are ordering more and more seasons. All the while, on the market side, historical romance is failing in publishing. Publishers aren't buying it anymore. They're telling their tried and true historical romance authors, you either need to write women's fic or you need to turn it into a romantasy.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard you discuss that in the past, and I definitely have been waiting for the Duchess's book from Sarah MacLean that she pivoted to do Summer Storms. So I think it's Zoe York was saying she thinks that the historical romance market will pick back up if they try first person, and I'm very intrigued by that and what that would look like in
Hmm.
a historical.
I think that that could make a big difference
I agree.
because so many readers, when you talk to them, newer to romance readers, and ask them, like, why won't you read historical? A lot of them will say they feel like they're being preached to and that they have
Mhm.
a hard time truly connecting into the characters in the story. And it's not the historical setting,
It's the it's the third
it's the
person
third
aspect to
person
it.
close.
Yeah, and I mean, I have just been inhaling Adriana Herrera's Los Leones
Those are so
trilogy.
good.
They're so good. But I'm learning so much while I'm reading it. So I'm like intrigued by the story beats and learning
Hmm.
things, which was also my experience watching The Gilded Age. Like I watched with Mr. Laney and he would keep pausing and we would like look up the history of Newport and how it was so integrated racially even in that time period. And
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like that I feel more drawn into Gilded Age, even though there wasn't a companion text than I did to season 3 of Bridgerton.
Same. Gilded Age has sucked me in, but I love that time frame. And I had read the Davenport series, or N.E. Davenport. Is it N.E. Davenport's her historical that she has? I don't know. I told you to read it, Lainey, too.
I probably ignored you.
Um, I mean, shocking. That seems to be the. I have to find it now. Which one I read?
I think it is the Annie Davenport stuff because we've talked about it before on
It takes
here too.
place in. It takes place in Chicago during the same time
I
frame.
have it favorited in my Libby app.
And it was so good. The covers are yellow. I'm blanking. I'll find it later and put it in the on the
Mm,
shelf show notes. Um, but the Gilded Age has always been intriguing to me because of the industrialization, and I
yeah,
like everything from the idea of the Pinkertons to this
absolutely.
amassing of wealth and these people that were new money. And I wonder if part of it is now you guys live in the Pittsburgh area. For
Hmm.
me, living where I live, we had clear connections to Rockefellers because I live where one of the Standard Oil natural gas booms was,
Hmm.
and part of the glass revolution that happened during that time frame. And then Cleveland, like we see it all over the place. Like you leave the clinic and you go like half a block and it's the Millionaire Row where
Yeah.
people tell you, "Oh, that was the vice president of Standard Oil or that was Rockefeller's sister's home or his daughters or his cousins." And
Yeah, I go and I tour Clayton, which was Henry Clay Frick's home. And
Hmm.
it's really near my house. And I'm like the super annoying guest because I'm like trying to tie it into stuff that came up on Gilded Age. I'm like, show me where he was shot by the Pinkertons so I can like look at his sick bed and compare.
that's so funny
Because if you shoot George Russell, I want to like think about what his recovery bed is looking like.
because he is a trained daddy.
Oh, I love that actor so much.
I mean, he is so good. And we all know that they are loosely based on the Vanderbilts.
Mhm.
And I knew, we all know the story of Consuelos Vanderbilt and her becoming one of the $1 million princesses. I was just really mad about that though. Like,
Oh my God, I was totally on George's side about how his wife handled that whole thing.
yeah. I wouldn't
I
be
mean, are
getting
we
in her
doing
bed either.
spoilers? Yeah, like Leah, have you watched? Like, so
The
the
Gilded
mom,
Age? No, I have not watched The Gilded Age yet.
well, and this, if you've read any historical romance, like this will ring true. Like the family was pretty much forcing, what is the daughter, Alba?
No, the
The
mother's
daughter,
name is Alba. I don't know.
the daughter is like being forced to marry this. do.
Bertha?
Bertha's the mom, for
Bertha's
sure.
the mom.
Oh.
But then she winds up like actually in love with him, and Bertha, like Bertha and the daughter's relationship is healed toward the end, but Train Daddy is not having it. He's just you like you basically sent our
Gladys.
daughter
She's
Gladys.
Gladys.
Like George was so upset that Gladys was sent to do something against her will, and that exhibit of
I am.
manliness.
I'm liking this cast. I'm looking at them now.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
it's
very
so good.
It's very
good.
eclectic.
Yeah. Well, and I love all the downstairs folks too. Like I would love a whole season that just follows the guy who designs the clock and gets like stinking rich and has to hire staff, but was a staff person. And so he's like wrestling with this identity, and he invites a chambermaid over for tea.
The book is called The Davenports, and I'll tell you who it's by. Hold on.
I will actually read it. I'm leaving for a trip soon. So I
Crystal
will read.
Marquise is who writes it. Crystal with a
Okay.
K. It was exceptionally well done. It takes place in Chicago, but it has some of those same vibes of the Newport, like the hierarchy. Also, okay, this last season, and again, we're spoiling. If you haven't watched this and plan to watch it, you might want to pause and come back to us. This season, the hierarchy in Newport among the black wealth, and there was some.
I was uncomfortable.
Felissa Rashad made me hate her. Like,
Yes,
she was nasty.
The wealthy Black people in Newport hate other wealthy Black people who were formerly enslaved, and they are like real open about it. And I
And then
found
do it
that
all under
deeply
the disguise
uncomfortable.
of church and hierarchy.
Yeah. And here's like Peggy's dad, you know, came through all of that and became a pharmacist and has this beautiful life in New York.
Yeah.
And and then Peggy is like being dissuaded from marrying her beloved autistic doctor because his family doesn't think her family is good enough.
Yeah. And his mother is Felissa Rashad, and she is
Yeah.
like so mean to Peggy. And since season 1, episode 1, Peggy has been my girl.
Star of the show. Absolute. I
She's
would
my girl.
follow Peggy anywhere.
Yeah.
And I almost don't care about any of the other characters. Like, I really do not care about Marion. I kind of.
She's so freaking whiny.
Ugh.
She's so whiny. One of the big things that I really enjoyed this season. So I listened to a podcast called Stuff You Missed in History Class.
Ooh.
And they're usually about 25 to 45-minute range, and they give you the true history of topics that might have been glanced over during history or were maybe like a sentence in your history books, but you never really knew much about it.
Mhm.
So one of my favorite ones they did about the occult and the phenomenon of the occult at the turn of the century, and why Houdini, like, because they did an episode, it was like a 2-part episode on Houdini, and then they went back and talked about the occult, that because it was out of the occult that Houdini started doing what he was doing.
Oh, interesting.
It was so fascinating. So I loved that they gave Ada,
Yeah,
and she got
a psychic.
scammed. Because during this
that was
time,
heartbreaking.
well, during this time out west would have been the tent revivals where people were being healed and stuff like that.
Snake charmers and all
Right.
that. Yeah.
And I like that we're starting to dip our toes into the thought of, oh crap, the banning of alcohol. What's the word? Prohibition.
Prohibition.
Yeah.
What in the hot hell does Ada really think everybody in her household is going to give up alcohol?
Right. When she asked that, I thought, ma'am. Ma'am.
And I get that she's like holds the purse strings now because her deceased husband was a secret millionaire, but
I did like that twist that
that was
the
really
simple reverend becomes a secret millionaire, and now she gets to tell her
Does
sister,
Oscar-
sit down.
Does Oscar get a fortune back at the end
Well,
along with his heartbreak?
He's going to get married to, he and that the other scheming woman that's in that last episode. I think that the next season will see them getting married. But he did find the girl that scammed him because so she was based off of, there was a woman during this time in real life that pawned herself off as the daughter of Andrew Carnegie.
Oh.
And she stole millions from people pretending to be Carnegie. And he was like, she's not my child. She's not my child. And it went on and on and on. And it's the stuff that she got away with, the paintings she would buy, and then she'd run off with them and didn't actually buy them because she wasn't getting an allowance.
Right.
So she was like one of the scam heiress. So the character that scams Oscar is based on that.
See, I didn't know any of that historical tie-in, but just in the last couple of months, Mr. Laney and I started watching House of Guinness on Netflix, and it's so tightly parallel to what's happening in like the most recent episodes of Gilded Age. And I don't know how big of a spoiler to do on here, but
spoil away.
But they even parallel the plot where, you know, the son of the wealthy people is like secretly gay. But they find a way to make it okay in House of Guinness. Like he finds a wife who is really chill with that as long as she can bang whoever she wants. But it has a similar kind of upstairs downstairs
vibe to it.
And
yeah. Well,
but they don't murder their gays in House of Guinness yet.
Well, that's good to know. Because you never know with those Catholics over there in Ireland.
But they did. I mean, they murdered the gay guy at the end of the last season of Gilded Age. They ran him over with a.
Well, they ran him over.
Well, that's murder.
Well, okay, the writers murdered him.
The writers murdered it.
Like the characters didn't murder him. The writers.
No. Yes. I need there to be a joyful, queer, happily ever after in one of these historical romance shows. And Queen Charlotte didn't quite get there with the Brumley storyline because we don't see the other footmen in the.
Well, didn't we get that in Downton Abbey? Because the one butler.
Oh yes.
They had Thomas it in Downton Abbey. Yeah.
Thomas does get a happily ever after.
He does, doesn't he? Doesn't he get to?
Yeah. He runs off.
Well, but I think Bridgerton is going that way with what's her name?
I sure hope they do. What's the oldest one? A. Anthony. B.
Hyacinth or Francesca?
Francesca, yeah.
Francesca, yes.
Because like her and that
that's right.
Michael got married, but no, it's not Michael, her and Lord Killarney.
Yeah.
I can't think of names. But at the end he meets like her cousin, his cousin or his sister, Michaela, who is actually supposed to be Michael.
A lingering gaze.
Yeah. There's a lingering gaze. So I think they're gonna go that direction with hers.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the lingering gaze, so
yes, that's what we like. The yearning.
I like a good yearn. I like a good pine, a good yearn.
So do we think so have you all seen the trailer for the Wuthering Heights movie that's coming out this year?
I just saw that trailer.
I haven't seen the trailer, but let me tell you, I hated that book.
Oh,
I mean, it's not my favorite.
It's not my thing. Those people were depressed.
Hated it.
Those people needed
with a fiery passion.
They needed some like Wellbutrin and some Zoloft or something.
They just needed something very happy to happen.
Did.
And legal divorce would.
Yes.
There's a lot of rain. And so I watched.
It was very dreary.
And this is an older adaptation. It's a PBS one. And because I had on my list Sanditon.
Yes, I saw you had that, and I haven't seen it.
That's based on an unfinished work from Jane Austen.
Oh.
And the guy, Theo James. Do you know who I'm talking about? Theo James, like the guy that dreams are made of, like Theo James. He's a very attractive man. He plays the lead love interest in that. Ooh. So, but it was a PBS series. But Poldark, which is now streaming on Netflix. Did you guys watch Poldark?
Sure did.
I
I
watched a
read
couple of them, but
Oh,
I didn't love it.
I loved season one. So then I thought, I'm going to read this book. Boy, did I hate that book. You can tell that book is written by a man.
yeah,
I mean, Demel's is 13 in the book,
yeah.
which I, that was a, I just couldn't get past it. But the show is great. I love that Ross is like a hero to the working people. He's down in the mines
Yeah.
picking
Yeah, I
coal.
couldn't get into that one. It might have been my headspace at the time, but
Aiden
yeah,
Hmm.
I
Turner was
just
He's
very fine to look at, and he took his shirt off a lot, which,
yes.
you know,
But he's not a good husband. He's not good to Demelza. He's
oh,
not it's
he's
not a romance, even ultimately.
no, he's a
um
terrible husband, but he
that
was,
doesn't
Mhm.
always bug me though.
I mean, Leah's reading cheating books in the driveway, so, I mean, who are we talking about?
Which
I
is
am
fine.
I am all over the place. I literally will read anything. And honestly, the more of a hot mess it is, the more I like it
Well,
sometimes.
then
Like,
you should like the later seasons of Poldark.
I probably would like it now, yes. Like if I went back into it. But it's one of those things. Oh yeah, I read some bonkers things, Lainey. Bonkers.
Um,
And that's fine.
what is the one
I
that
also read them bonkersly, so
PBS had the one show? Because I think the new season is coming out with
oh, and Miss
The
Scarlet?
Duke and Miss
Scarlet
Scarlet,
in the Dark. I would think it was Scarlet and the Duke.
Scarlet and the Duke. It's a bit of like Sherlock Holmes vibes, mystery,
Oh,
intrigue,
Well, and
suspense.
she is the like he's a cop and she's the like detective.
oh.
There's there's some yearning glances
Yeah,
there. But she
Okay.
makes him so mad too. So mad.
so
I
mad.
love that dynamic.
I mean, I would rather have that than Grumpy Sunshine, to be honest. Just make him
Yeah.
angry.
Well, that's what I loved about season two of Bridgerton. Like when Anthony's like trying to teach her to shoot a gun, and she's like, "I do not require assistance."
Yeah.
And oh, it's hot.
It is hot. That was, I think, my biggest thing was the lack of like true to text. But I have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
go into Bridgerton reminding
With it,
myself
that's the thing. You
based
have
on the
to go
world.
into it knowing it. It is just based on the books. Like there is no
It's
like
not an apt
reference.
adaptation. It's
No, it's
just
no
loosely,
adaptation.
it's loosely
I
connected.
I
Characters
kind
from the books of.
I kind of feel, and maybe this is insane, but the way the show is adapted feels a little more true to Lisa Kleypas's Ravenel's
Yeah,
like vibes than it did to Julia Quinn's
I would
Bridgerton.
agree. And I think Lisa Kleypas, she tends to write a little bit more female forward,
Mhm.
more feminist heroines in historical. And I think, like, if I had to pick, okay, I'm going to say this. I'm not considering Julie Garwood in this statement, okay? Because sorry, nobody can touch the queen.
Okay.
She wins. Um, that being said, I think that if we look at Julia Quinn, if we look at Lisa Kleypas, if we look at Sarah McLean, I think Lisa Kleypas writes the most feminist, female forward, female empowerment characters in historical romance.
But she writes
I
them well too. They don't come
Yeah,
off
oh yeah.
as like
And the
obnoxious.
other one that I would put up with Lisa is Eloisa James.
Oh, I love
Oh,
hers. I
I'm loving
love
hers.
hers.
Yes, agree. Hard agree.
Did you
Wouldn't it
read
be?
her the Hardly a Gentleman, the one that came out, I mean it's of like 6 months old or something, but it was her newest one.
No.
It was really good. Like the heroine was just delightful and I loved everything about her.
No, but I just was struck with the thought that I think Shonda should adapt Adriana's Los Leones.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Imagine, imagine how gorgeous that would be in Paris, like the whiskey and the World Fair and the abortion
Paris,
doctor.
even book one with the Puerto Rican islands and the
Oh,
Caribbean and,
yeah.
all of that. I absolutely agree.
Shonda, reach out. Man, I mean, if you think about like everything that was lush and gorgeous about Outlander, like
Well, and the
all
thing
of
is
that is in
but
Adriana's
with
book.
those books, they're a little more. intense. I mean, intense isn't
They,
really necessarily the right word, but
But
like
see,
they're a little more,
Adriana's books, I don't feel lecture us. The
yeah.
way that Adriana writes, we are immersed into this world. We're immersed into their
Mhm.
feelings, into their emotions. And I never feel like she is trying to drive home a an opinion or change our mind about something. She's showing through the eyes of her lived experience these cultural inequalities, these movements
mm-hmm.
and things that were happening that were unfair and
Yeah.
people don't know about because I
Mhm.
mean, Adriana did a ton of research about, the Caribbean heiresses, and they were more welcome in the Paris.
Yeah.
Paris was a more welcoming society than the British society. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I do like Adriana's books. My favorite is the last one.
Yes. Well, that one was so intense. And I think for me it was because that one came out after or not too far after Roe was overturned,
Yeah.
and that like the whole premise was that the heroine is an abortion doctor. So that one was I had to go into that with like a gentle heart.
Yeah.
But the first one about the whiskey and the I that was a little easier for me.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's good. I just really, you talk about yearning, talking about emotion, and just understanding who you are within this world. Like, see, to me, that book mirrors what I love in like Julie Garwood's, like her Highlander
Mhm.
books.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're not BIPOC characters, obviously, but that, an English woman dropped into the middle of the Scottish Highlands, unaware, unknowing, but trying to make space in a world that doesn't want her.
Well, even Maya Banks Highlanders are in the same
Yep. And
realm.
you talk about sexy times. Have
Yeah.
you read Maya Banks?
I have read some of hers, but not Highlander stuff.
Oh, did you read her
You
KGI
would
stuff? Her
Yeah.
suspense.
we're not going to talk
We're not
about
going to
that.
talk about that because
The
No,
Highlanders are
that's not
very
on the
good.
topic.
it's not.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Well,
All
also it
right.
makes me mad.
it makes Leah really mad because I made her read this series because she accused me of not loving romantic
No,
suspense.
I didn't. You okay, I did.
You said, you don't really like
I
romantic
accused.
suspense. And I'm like, yes, I do. Julie Garwood's
You're
Buchanan
just really
family,
fucking picky.
Maya Banks, those, I
Mm.
love those.
No, so she made me read this book. First off, she made me read it out of order
I
because she
did.
was like, you need to read this one. So I started like smack in the middle of this thing, but then I went back
But
and
it was so good, right? It was
it
so
Caught
was
good.
up.
so
You had
good.
to
And I
catch
was
up.
like, damn it, Becky, why are you right? But anyway, so then I started at book one and I read the whole way through and I reread the book that we read and then I got to the end. And while I know and understand that Maya Banks has been very, very ill for a very long time, we don't know, like, even if she is still alive at this point.
Like, we don't know.
But Rusty's book has never
Rusty
happened.
and Sean,
Mm.
we need their book.
Yeah, I can't go into a series that's incomplete that way.
Well, had I known that it
Right,
was
right.
going to
Yeah.
leave
Now
me
you're
hanging like that,
invested.
but at the time,
I had a
like she was
pre-order for
still
it since
supposed, but it wasn't Rusty's
2016.
book. It
I
wasn't Rusty's
know.
book, it was somebody else. But there was always the idea that she was going to finish the series. But we don't, like I said, we don't even know if she's still alive, which it would be
Listen,
very devastating if she wasn't, but
I have tons of anxiety about Diana Gabaldon's health. Like I need this to be a complete setup behind me. I know she's hard at work on book 10, but I just need us to protect and preserve her and
It's
keep
kind
her
of,
at
we sound as ridiculous as the George R. R. Martin fans that are angry about the last book.
I don't want to talk about him. I want to go to this question that you've
that
asked,
Okay.
series
which
is
is
never getting finished. And it's ironic that the TV show like finished before the
years
series
ago.
People are
finished.
mad about it. What was the
8
question I
years
had
ago.
that you want to talk about?
Yeah. Oh, could the Gilded Age be reverse engineered into romance novels and which storylines? Like what I want to see. 100% of the time, I want to read about Peggy and the Doctor, which tells me I probably need more Beverly Jenkins in my life. Does she have any with
Oh,
a Black Doctor hero?
I'm sure she
Yes, I think
does.
she does.
I'm writing
Um,
this down.
It's Miss
Bev.
Bev.
Yeah.
She's got everything.
hold on. I'm pretty sure she does. Let's see here.
Oh, I bet she has one with a midwife. I want to read that too.
Um, I think these books have kind of been reverse engineered because if you read Joanna Shoup, she
Yeah.
has been writing in the Gilded Age. Oh no, Beverly Jenkins does not have a character
doctor.
that is a doctor. Hold on.
Bev, come on, man.
But she does have
All,
midwives.
Vivid,
yeah.
the book Vivid, features a heroine who is a female doctor.
Oh.
Look at her breaking rules.
No, she doesn't break rules. She does all this research. Like these are
No,
real things.
no,
that-
I
yeah.
know, but
Oh wait,
like
she
it's
does have
just
a
not
male
something
doctor
that
character. Dr. Colton Lee in The Tempest.
Oh,
Dr. Adam Gray in oh, that's part of her contemporary. That's a contemporary one. Or no, that's not her book. Never mind. So Dr. Colton
Okay.
Lee in The Tempest and in Vivid, Vivid Lancaster is a female physician.
I could watch an entire show that just centers on Peggy. Like even her striving to be an author and like navigating the newspaper industry, like
Well,
with the black papers
and to be honest, the story I want is like the idea of Peggy almost like a Nellie Bly,
yes, totally.
but a woman of color. Like how
Yes.
impactful and powerful. And that's a second obsession of mine within this time period outside of like the millionaires was the yellow news, the yellow reporters that, that went from just writing what they were told to actually breaking through and giving true
Getting
stories.
getting themselves admitted to mental
Mental
institutions
going
like
and working
revealing
at
these awful
slaughterhouses
truths.
to see all the stuff they
Yeah.
were doing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see that in a book and its own show, all of the above.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would read more about Ada. Like, how did she become to be a spinster? I would I would
Yeah.
kind of I would kind of dig maybe a shorter novella length book about her brief romance.
Of how she got there.
Yeah.
Is there any other characters that you would like to see a historical romance on that are from like the Gilded Age? One of the things that I really wish, I think historical romance could come back if we got more pirates and pirates of color.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
I
I
did
like
have
pirate.
I did have on my list the Buccaneers,
Mhm.
which was those people were horny in that show. Like we thought Game of Thrones was horny, the Buccaneers were.
Game of Thrones was real horny.
It's hornier.
Or like Our Flag Means Death.
Oh my
Make
god,
that a book. I'll read it.
I would read that book.
There needs to be more pirate books.
But I also would
Yeah.
love a book that is like What We Do in the Shadows, but a romance.
Oh my god, I would read that so hard.
I mean, did you guys ever watch? It was a New Zealand show called Wellington Paranormal.
No, I've never heard
I don't
of
know
it.
that it's streaming anywhere, but it is in the vein of What We Do in the Shadows, but it's police in an area of Wellington, New Zealand, that there are monsters and paranormal things happening. And the police can't decide whether or not it's really crime or if it's monsters. And everybody's a little inept. But don't you?
Supposedly it's on HBO Max.
Okay, it's so good. So worth it.
Now, are we counting? I was just trying to decide if Winona Earp counted as a historical romance show, but it's set in the
No, because
modern
it's more
day.
Western.
Yeah. Okay. And it's also modern. I forgot that it was
Yeah, it's more
modern
modern.
because it
Yeah.
feels so old-timey.
Well, and what is that one that's the same guy that did Yellowstone, that's the parent,
Oh,
the
the 1852,
1882,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
yeah, with Harrison Ford
Yeah.
and Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
Mr. Laney's working on those. I haven't.
We tried like episode 1 and I didn't like fall in love with it.
Right.
So
It didn't grip me. Like I would be very curious in Gilded Age to see how Bertha and George got together. Like because they came from like humble beginnings, the two
Yeah.
of them, right? And so they wouldn't have had an arranged marriage, I don't think. And so
No.
presumably it would have been a love match. At what point did that happen? Like,
Well,
how
and
did
we
they
know
rise and
that
rank
she's
together?
hiding her family
Yeah.
because she like tries to change what her sister is wearing, and her sister doesn't have all the dresses that Bertha has. And yeah. Did we make you want to watch the show yet, Leah?
I mean, it sounds intriguing.
To be honest, the train daddy, Bertha's husband, what's his first name? George.
George Russell.
George Russell. I mean, Lainey already claimed him. She licked him. He's hers. Um, he's snazzy. Like
Mm-hmm.
he comes on the screen and he owns it. And I think one
Yeah,
of the
and he's
reasons,
such a dick, and he's just like, what? I'm wealthy.
yeah,
If you don't do what I want, I will buy
So he's
you.
my kind of character.
he really is.
Yeah.
But the
Of an asshole.
other thing that I love about him is, I think, and this is why I love the Gilded Age so much, so many of these actors and actresses are Broadway stars, so they really
Mhm.
do know how to own the moment in the show, like, because
Yeah.
they've, were learned their acting.
They have a presence.
They have a
There's
presence, yeah.
Like it's a different world on
Also, I'm a
stage.
little obsessed with the New York Opera House and them
Yes, there's a like dueling, there's a modern opera house and then the historical one, and one is for
yeah.
new money. And
Did either of you, and I know you're going to tell me no, Liam, but I'm just going to ask anyway. So, Anderson Cooper, who is the son of Gloria Vanderbilt,
I love him
he
so
wrote a
much.
book. I mean, I'm in love with him, and if he was straight, I would marry him. That's all I'm going to say. I love Anderson Cooper.
yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
but he wrote a book called The Vanderbilts, and it was all about his family history, and
Mhm.
really interesting to learn about the family home in Newport and how his one great aunt was living in it until it crumbled. Like, it was like a twice removed great aunt, but like it was
Yeah.
crumbling and the roof is leaking and she's living in it. But, and then he did one on the Astor family, and that's
Oh, and they're in the show.
yeah. And so because the Russells are supposed to be like the Vanderbilts. They're supposed to be the Vanderbilt money. And
New money, though.
the new money. And so it was really interesting to listen to the historical context of the Astor family and the dawning of New York, which was New Amsterdam, and their colonization of that, and why they went to Newport, and why things are called like, why the village, Greenwich Village, is called the Village.
Mhm.
And that, where Times Square was where sheep used to graze. And
Interesting.
yeah,
All right, I'll read Anderson's book.
the audiobook is phenomenal.
I've read other things by him, but not those.
He narrates both books.
I didn't know he was writing books.
He's
been
written
doing my
for
own thing.
years different
Yeah.
stuff.
I love him.
I just like to listen to him giggle.
I watched the clips of them from him and Andy Cohen from
Oh
New
my-
Year's Eve. They're both obsessed with Heated Rivalry too. Lainey, you have something in common with both of them.
Everyone is obsessed, and rightfully so, but we'll save that discussion for another episode.
Well, that's next week. That's what we're doing next week, is
Cannot
we're
wait.
talking about Heated Rivalry. And actually, I'm bringing a special guest along with us. He actually has his debut romance novel is coming out this summer, but he's a former
Yay.
professional hockey player.
Whoa!
He played in the European leagues, but he played in college and then went and played in Europe, or vice versa. I don't know. But yeah, he's going to join me and Jenny and Lindsay.
My gosh, that's a great score. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
I would stay up. Well, I'm not going to promise that. This is rough for me.
You're gonna be on the West Coast next week.
Oh, that's true. I will. I forgot.
So it
Thank you
won't
for
be late
reminding
for
me.
you.
It'll be
No,
like
it'll
Thank you
be.
for reminding me.
you only have to pack like 3 young humans and Mr. Laney.
Listen. I don't even have cell phone today. The Verizon outage has got me. I'm still in SOS.
Oh my gosh. I'd be so
I
lost.
I have to finish the draft of my next book is what's got to happen. And then when I do that, I can focus on our trip. Yeah.
Tell us what book. Well, you have a book coming out this month.
I do. January 22nd, Playing with Fire comes out, which is another one of my hockey romances with Tucker Stagg and Sloane, who is the ex-wife of Tucker's teammate.
I love those stag boys.
Those stagmen.
They're chaotic and delightful.
Yeah, but they're the ones, they fall first and they fall hard.
They do.
Yes. Yeah.
But then they're dumbasses.
And then they're dumbasses.
Yes. Yeah, I just got the audio files from the engineer like literally yesterday. And so I was having to like deal with the audio while also trying to finish this other everything's due on Friday. It's it's chaos over here.
You got plenty of time. You've got I mean, I told Mike today, he was like, we got 2 inches of snow today. We're supposed to get another 1 to 3 overnight. And both of you are like, crap.
No, because it's
I
supposed
forgot about
like,
snow.
No, but did you hear them talking about how we might be icy tomorrow because it's dropping and we got all that rain today?
If these children do not go to school tomorrow, I will not be able to continue watching Heated Rivalry for the 45th time, and that will make me upset.
So Michael had said to me, and we're supposed to have more snow Friday night to Saturday. And he said, oh, we should go to Costco on Saturday. And this was earlier this week before we knew about the snow. And then I had to tell him today, I said, I'm sorry, I have to work this weekend. We can't go to Costco.
Yeah.
He'll have to wait till Monday when he's off.
Oh man.
Not
Well,
this
it's supposed
weekend.
to get like bitter cold this weekend
Well,
too.
As
Yes.
long as the flights take off. This just talking about my Stag Brothers brought me back again to your question because I think it's such a good question. Like, could the Gilded Age be romance novels? I think what really works for me in romance, I love a big family where everybody gets a book. I love that.
Mhm.
And that is what's happening with Bridgerton. And they've created these families upstairs and downstairs in Gilded Age, and I would love to see each of them get a love story.
Yeah.
And they've created such a range of people, like we could have some Silver Fox love happening.
Well, and you have some characters that have some history that we don't know yet. We're,
Yeah.
We're given little breadcrumbs, and I want more, and I want to spend more time down here. But that was the same thing that caught me up in Downton Abbey when I fell for Downton Abbey back when it premiered, was they would give us all these little breadcrumbs. And then you were like, but wait, can we go back? Because I really just need one whole episode about that. And then when you learn that the butler and the housekeeper are married in real life.
Oh, wait, I didn't know that.
Yes,
Yeah.
the actor and the actress that play the butler and they're married in real life.
That is wonderful.
And I
No wonder they had
believe-
such chemistry.
And I believe their daughter is in Call the Midwives.
Oh, I do love that show. And that is also becoming quite the romance. Like the most recent one I've watched, there was some unexpected yearning.
I love my girl child is obsessed with Call the Midwives. Obsessed. Like
It's why we support vaccines.
it is. It is absolutely why we support vaccines. Okay, so that's our tea party for today, all about historical romance TV. Whether you're here for Bridgerton grand gestures, Outlander emotional gut punches, or Downton Abbey's restrained yearning. We didn't really get to Downton Abbey, did we? The Gilded Age deliciously slow burn. One thing is clear, historical romance TV gives us the same addictive energy we crave in romance books. We would love to know your favorite characters, who you've shipped, and your hot takes. So make sure you email us or tag us on social media or start a discussion in Discord. Make sure you are back here Sunday night live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't remember what we're talking about, but I'm sure it'll be delightful.
I don't have a clue what we're talking about.
We
probably should.
I don't think it's a topic we had to prepare for. I feel like it's a generalized discussion. Anyway, Wednesday night, we're chatting. Next Wednesday night, we'll be back here, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are talking all about Heated Rivalry with a special guest host. So, super excited to introduce you guys to him.
I do want the people all the people to weigh in on whether they like the smell of bergamot in their body wash.
Tell
And
us. Oh, Jenny says we're talking about romance or reader burnout, not just romance burnout, reader burnout.
Oh, that is a good topic.
We're going to
that
tackle
is great.
burnout.
Thank
So,
you, Jenny, for paying attention.
Thank you for paying attention to the emails I sent. Anyway, Lainey, thank you for staying up past your bedtime. Thank you for bringing your smells and your tea. We appreciate you so much.
And my dress. I'm wearing a dress.
And you're wearing a
dress.
dress. You wear a dress at the tea party. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Oh, thank you for having me. You guys are the best.
Of course. Until next time, everyone.
Happy reading, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.